Hello, this is Bill Lindemann again with Carrie Sluiter for the Believers Business Show. And Carrie, this afternoon we're going to talk about some of the opportunities that are opening up in the Edison neighborhood, homes, I believe, that are available for rehab. Is that right?
Well, we're working on that. As some may have seen, there's been some news articles coming out with the blighted homes and the homes that have been in foreclosure, the businesses, the buildings that are sitting vacant. And there's hundreds of homes, even down in Edison, that are blighted homes, and there's the city has joined with Land Bank to tear those homes down.
Yes,
And our goal is to take those homes, if they're repairable, and have the families that we're counseling and coaching, training, and putting through our job programs and work programs at the Believers Business Center with our membership or our partnership with Hope Ranch, that together we purchase those homes, get those homes fixed, and sell them back or give them back to the community, to these people that are homeless. We have hundreds of homes that are sitting empty, boards on the windows, nobody taking care of them. And according to statistics, there's 86,000 people in Michigan alone that are listed as being homeless. That's a shame when we're tearing down homes that could be livable for a few $1,000s, or for a community program to go in and fix up that home, donated products, items. If we can fix that home and put a family in it, rather than building another mission. A mission is one mission or one place for those people is going to cost more to run it, to build it, to create it, and to take care of it than it would cost to put 15 to 20 homes back in the market, and build them up and train a family, teach them and inspire them. Our training programs at the Believers Business Center with our 40-day 4-Step Up program are designed for the community business owners to train and teach the entrepreneurs and the people who are unemployed and homeless or broken and their families are struggling, to use our skills and our businesses to build them up and create new business, inspiring them and teaching them how to maintain those homes, letting them become a part of a society and a different world than they've been used to. If you're around positive people who are going places, it will inspire you to want to tag along.
It's so true.
You know, just as it will if a person is left to hang in a area where there's drugs going on and there's a lot of drinking. They will eventually pick that up, most generally. It's very rare that someone would be able to pull themselves out of that without getting caught up. And that falls back on you become a product of your environment. If a person is around someone who's cussing all the time or around someone who's yelling all the time, they're going to pick that up. That becomes a part of their pattern in life. And we can change that by allowing people to be in a business world around the business people, around the people who have the access to those homes, who have the means to reach out into the community and say, we want to put a family in that. Getting that family through Hope Ranch, who offers that family counseling, coaching, and the vocational skills to the youths by refurbishing that home and creating an entire family recovery. Whatever their issues are, there are people in our community who can teach every piece of that, who can train, who can inspire, who can become a mentor. The ministries, the churches, those people may not reach that church that can help them, but the church, through the Believers Business Center, can reach into and help that person with that piece. And the next day, someone else is helping them with another piece of their life. So we're building a complete community recovery. We're utilizing homes rather than tearing them down. We're creating an atmosphere for the youths to be around other business owners, learning that they can do something. If we show them how to do it, they will grow up doing it, and they are the ones that are going to direct our future. So, the blighted homes that are being they're talking about tearing down. There's 13 just in our neighborhood right now that they're talking about tearing down right away. that is going to leave a vacant lot sitting there. Nobody's paying taxes on it. Who's going to take care of it and clean it? That or keep the garbage from gathering on it? That becomes another responsibility of either land bank or the city of Kalamazoo. They're now responsible. They're paying more every month to have it maintenance, having someone, a lawn care company, go and take care of that lot, than what the homeowner is going to pay to, you know, in taxes, pretty much, by the time you figure if they have that lawn mowed 4 times a month or 5 times a month, that adds up to a house payment, or could. So it's a different way of looking at that. They're worth fixing up. Some of those homes could be fixed up for as little as $10,000 to $20,000. Why tear it down and pay $20,000 to tear it down to have that vacant lot and no tax money going back to the city?
Yes.
So our programs are there and set to train and teach through the center. Vicky's program, which Hope Ranch comes in and counsels the youth. Her program works with the vocational skills. Those kids are learning what it takes to fix something that was destroyed. Usually it's destroyed by vandalism. That's going to make them appreciate vandalism, you know, from a different perspective on vandalism. So it's just a different way of raising up the new generation, which the Bible says, raise your children up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord when they're old and not depart from it. If we start reaching in and raising these children up, raising up the youth, and even raising the adults who need to come unto God or come unto Christ as a child. Because, you know, we get set in our ways, we learn a lot of things through life. We've developed patterns. And God says, come unto me as a child. That doesn't necessarily mean as a toddler. That means reckoning that old man dead, or that nature and who we used to be, and come unto him with a whole new attitude, perspective, and open mind to a different way and a better way. So it incorporates all of those things on the help side for the family counseling coaching.
Well, also, you're in a nice position because Edison neighborhood is close to downtown, and the location is very desirable because it's so close in. So it's now, you know, and you're already working on fixing up homes. It's
Yes,
already
we are.
in progress.
We have a second
You're doing
family.
it. Actually doing it.
Yes, Hope Ranch as partnered with the Believers Business Center, and we have the second family going into a home right now, and it's amazing when you see the families, the people, the kids, other kids from the community paying attention to that, coming in and going, what are you guys doing? I mean, they're bringing their own shovels down to help, or things like that, and that's an incredible thing to be able to offer a community.
Yes.
Together we can build up those homes, fix those homes to where Edison is a nice neighborhood. Tearing down homes and leaving vacant lots isn't going to make it nicer. Sure, it will clean take the home out of there that has the broken windows, but why does it have the broken windows? Because nobody's living in it. Because the city has taken it for taxes, or it's been foreclosed by the mortgage company, or the family lost their jobs and couldn't afford to keep it. Whatever the reasons are that they became empty and vacated, it wasn't necessarily because the city went in, which used to be the case 90% of the time in the day. If there was a condemned sign, it was because the home was not livable. Now those homes are getting condemned because they're foreclosed on and they've been evicted.
Sure.
They've been evicted, the home sits there vacant, and nobody's living in it, and that family goes where? They still, if they couldn't afford it there, they're not going to be able to afford to go somewhere else. So they're ending up in a homeless shelter that our community is putting money into to pay for that center for the homeless. We're probably putting more into the homeless than we would have if we'd have put the money into that home.
That's the real tragedy.
That's the real tragedy. And that's where we need to get to the heart of the roots of the problem and not keep working on the Band-Aid fix. It's not another mission because those cost money. Trust me. With the Believers Business Center, I know what it costs to maintain a building. Our building is almost 30,000 square feet of usable space to help the community. It costs money to keep that running. Every day we're paying for that facility, just like the buildings that are housing the homeless. that building costs a lot of money for our
Yes.
community.
Mhm.
And they're getting grants, they're getting donations. All of these organizations are reaching out continually for more money, more money. We need a grant for $300,000 so we can pay the payroll to run this business, to have somebody answer the phone, and to have someone keep the books on the funding, rather than taking that and building 10 homes
Yes.
and creating structure and repair to the family.
Mm-hmm.
You have just saved, and you have that family paying for their own way.
Yes.
You've
that's
taught them how to fish.
Yes.
We're feeding them fish. We're feeding them fish, and even if it's in a mission or a home or a kitchen somewhere where they give them a meal, people are going to show up if you feed them for free.
Mm-hmm.
But if we feed them and they're required to give back something,
Mm-hmm.
that's where we're going to establish and see a difference in our future
Mhm.
and a difference in our kids.
Yes.
When there are children that are in those homeless shelters that they're watching their parents do this, and it's become okay.
Mhm.
It becomes okay, and the parents can't do anything to stop it because there's no system really to help them and grab that whole family and say, okay, we have a daycare for your kids while you go to work.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they need more funds to pay for the daycare. No, we have a
Yes.
system
Mhm.
that covers each piece, so there's no excuses. Take out their excuses and give them a fishing pole.
Mhm.
Or better tool, put a hammer in their hand,
Yeah.
put a broom in their hand, or some drywall mud,
Mhm.
and say, here's your fish, your fishing tool.
Sure.
We're going to teach you how to supply and provide for your own family, and their children are going to see the work ethic. So
Mhm.
it's going to create a community recovery
Mhm.
in the whole process. It's not just another Band-Aid fix.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
we're not putting down those systems,
Mhm.
but they just we keep getting more and more and more
Mhm.
of them, and they're not obviously working because we have 86,000 families that are homeless.
Mhm.
What we're doing is not working. The statistics, the people, the number of people who are in the prison systems, who are in these other programs, the literacy, 30,000 people who can't read. It's not a problem with building a new building. It's a problem with finding out. The answer is then finding the root of that problem, fixing it, so we don't have another 38,000 coming out in 2 years
Mhm.
from now with a school
Mhm.
that's now sitting there having to be paid for.
Mhm.
So we just have a different concept and a way of viewing from the inside. How can we really create
Mhm.
a correction, create a vehicle that will make change? We need to work on prevention and not just on recovery.
Yeah.
The recovery.
Sure.
There's a prevention process. A lot of people, because of the stress of the home, turn to drugs, turn to alcohol, or they get caught up in that system and there's no escape for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just a counseling group, those are great, but where do they go when they leave that counseling group?
Mhm.
If they don't have a home, they're
Yeah.
still going to a homeless shelter,
Yeah.
around other people who are broken, instead of being around other people who are succeeding and successful. Who better to train the entrepreneur than the successful entrepreneurs? So our program calls in the entrepreneurs and says,
Right, right.
let's put our skills to work. Let them become their mentors, helping them
Sure.
with a system that will help them create a business or create a job. If there's not a job for them, create one. We can help them. We're entrepreneurs. We know how to build businesses. We do it for ourselves. We can help
Right,
them do
yes.
it. What have we just done? We've created business for ourselves.
Yeah.
We've made someone successful, and now they have the means to pay for that home we just put them in.
Yeah, look at the difference between somebody who could be working in a community, building up the wealth of the community, like building a home, compared to that same person being in a prison system, draining
The system.
money.
Draining
know,
money. It's
away.
costing money.
Yeah. A huge difference in just
Yeah,
one person.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
there's a huge difference.
I think I read in some of the statistics it was like an astronomical amount, like $100,000 a day for the prison system for food. A day
Yeah.
that we're paying to put these people in prison. Some of them just need to be able to be coached and counseled and,
Sure,
and,
sure.
and an arm in arm
Yeah.
with positive people who can give them a reason to want to escape.
Absolutely.
Make different choices. Why do you want to make different choices? Well, we can be an example to them, and just one word can sometimes change a person's whole perspective in life.
Yes.
I know that I've come in front of many people who had said something or did something, or I viewed something that someone else did that changed my life. It changed my perspective on life. The day that someone said, "But Carrie, do you know who Jesus Christ is?" That man's words changed my life that day.
Sure.
Because it was an eye opener. We could be that for so many people.
Yes.
As Believers Business Center is now really looking to bring in partners and members from the community who are successful, who are able to train, teach, become mentors. Their businesses are going to grow from that membership because they're getting what they need, and they're creating business for themselves. They're developing good employees by being in there working with volunteers who are looking for jobs and needing jobs. We're training them. If we're working alongside of them, we're training them how to be an employee. I mean, it just makes sense to do something different. It's totally unique, but yet our system at the center utilizes everything we were already using. It's just like a facelift. We still do the networking meetings. We still have the word of mouth advertising, but we've brought the traffic to us. This is an entrepreneur's model.
Sure.
Instead of having to go out and get the traffic or happen to be at some place where somebody met somebody, we're magnifying that by bringing a community with needs into a place that is full of different types of traffic. We invite the health and wellness people to come in and use our space because we want to draw from their knowledge. We want to share their products and services if we need to purchase them. We also have the authors. We invite in authors. We have something there to help the authors. We invite in the editors, the people who can help an author, but also the authors who need the help. We're bringing the traffic to us instead of going out after it, which we're all out searching for new customers. Why not bring the people who need something to us and turn them into customers?
Well, you'll be successful because you haven't given up, and this is really important because there's so many people have given up, and all the work they've done disappears. But you persisted, and it's going to pay off now, and it's still a struggle. I know it is a struggle.
Yes. It has been a struggle, but we're really looking to wrap it up. Basically, all it needs now are the people. I think one of our brochures says it pretty good down at the bottom. This is our brochure that talks to the ministries, inviting ministries to partner with us and support our mission with a small amount each month as a membership fee. They're supporting everything we're doing for the community. We are working every day. There's people there creating success, opportunities. So every dollar that goes into the center and every effort is being invested back into the people, the homes. They're supporting us so that we can support the programs, continue fixing up homes. So we're doing that through their membership. But it says, all we need is you to do what you do through us to make it happen. Do it through us by having your name involved, utilizing, having their events posted so that we can use their events instead of creating our own. Connecting the events so theirs are more successful. At the same time, that is supporting us because through the membership, it's utilizing the program and it's keeping the traffic flow. So our program is designed to help each other through the same efforts that add to our own success. So.
Well, like I say, you have two buildings that you're fixing up now, the Hope Ranch. And I know one of the families that is interested in buying one of the homes is a really outstanding family. So, when people in the neighborhood get busy repairing, it draws other people. People of goodwill will draw other people of goodwill. And pretty soon there'll be a lot more people of goodwill. And that's how you start. Start small, but sometimes it takes just one person to have faith in the community like you've done,
That's right.
You don't belong to a government agency. You're just doing this on your own. You know,
We
you're
the
inspired
people,
to. Yeah.
we the people, God's people need to join forces in the marketplace and say, you know what, this is enough. We're supposed to be living in God's
right,
economy. How many people are we having to walk past? You know, there's examples in the Word. How many people walk past that wounded person?
Yes.
The man was beat up and laying on the ground in the Bible. The stories, you know, he was beaten and laying there, and people walked past him. One man came by, picked him up, carried him into town, and paid the hotel, the keeper of the inn, to take care of him, and said, if you need more when I come back through, I'll pay it. But one person, all those people that walked past, you know, we have a lot of people coming into the center. So many disciples. We could have 12 disciples in a boat. How many are really going to get out and walk on water? They all could. How many people are we walking past saying we can't help because we're either afraid to, because we get in trouble? You know, there's so many things that are stopping us. It's not just the giving heart. It's we've had to harden our heart to protect ourselves. And we can create an atmosphere that allows us to be able to give with a whole heart without fear of that loss because of the connections and resources that we have to protect ourselves. Everyone can do what they want to do through the center. The system is designed that everyone's skills are needed to protect us in all those areas, or feed us with the things we need, using their skills and services to work together, sharing our expertise, our businesses, our means. What do I have that I can share? I have a building. I have a building that can have classrooms to share with the community and the people who need to teach. Offices that people can use if they have a business at home, and ministries being supportive of that, and business owners who are partnered with us or membering are actually supporting the whole thing. And it's it becomes pretty simple. When you're putting in, it's coming back out, which takes us back to the Bible again. I will bless what you put your hands to. If we're putting our hands to something and we're putting something in, it's growing. So
I know at the Believers Business Center, you have the right atmosphere. You have a group of people who are really dedicated, and it's a place for people to grow, and that's absolutely essential. And this is what you've kept going. It's absolutely essential to have that place, and I think you're right now, even though you're still struggling, you're on the forefront of.
Well, winter's coming, and the utilities and stuff go up, so I've had to cut back and close it down every winter. You know, it's cut back to where we have very little traffic down there. And it's just a shame because right now it's helping hundreds of people. Hundreds of people with a mechanical opportunity that can help thousands. It's designed to help thousands of people. Businesses, ministries, the people who are struggling, anyone who comes in that door, people who need a home, people who rebuild homes. Hope Ranch is just one that came in that saw the potential and has utilized the center the way it's designed to work. She's utilized our advertising, she utilized our facility, has had a place to keep her supplies for those homes.
There you go.
We can be there to do those things for anyone who comes through the door. So we need to survive and we need to get it going. So we're really looking for other people, other business owners and ministries to see the potential, join in, do what they do. All Vicki did different was she came in and said, wow, I believe in this, I can see its potential, and she started doing what she could do, what she did. She just did what she does through the center. We were able to help each other, and we became partners through that mission. And it helps both of us. It will do that for any avenue, an author who comes in, or a ministry. They share their message, they're building their church, because those people are going to look for a church if they get saved, or they really realize that the Bible's real and they start going to church more often. We need to have those churches to send them to.
Yes.
And have a
Yes.
relationship with those churches so we know we can match personalities.
Yes.
You can't just take one church and say, go to that church. It would be over full. The walls would fall out,
Sure.
The seams would break.
Yeah.
So we need to know who the churches are and support them and have their support to help us to keep pulling people through and helping those who are struggling, creating jobs and training classes to train them or teach them, working where the group is at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Some need the counseling for their family. Some need just a job skill, or some just need a connection or a break because they made some mistakes in the past that need to be helped. We have the people in our community can come through us, utilize our program, and
Yes.
we send them to them if that's their spot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, there's plenty of people in the community way underutilized. So much
Yes.
Unemployment, and
And-
they're ready to work.
yeah.
And you have a place where we can put it together.
Business,
that's what we're gonna do.
Business owners are looking for and need a place to get more business.
Sure.
They can come there and create more business for themselves
Sure.
while they're helping someone else succeed. That's pretty.
And
pretty-
create a business from nothing.
Yes.
Just create a new business.
Yes, and we are scheduling our next 4 Steps Up class,
Okay.
which will utilize the skills and services of the business owners and the ministries, where we put people through a 40-day, connect them to the resources they need. We need the business people and the ministries from our community to come in and share what they have to offer. They may have a parenting class. We don't need to create a parenting class. If there's one going out there that we can utilize and send them to, we just put it in our schedule for the community.
Yeah.
And we have several of those going, but we need more than what we have. We need more businesses to get involved and share their skills.
Well, that's one of the ways you create wealth, is becoming more efficient and having a place where we can sort out the things that are happening and direct people properly and develop skills that need developing. It generates wealth. I mean, for the community, for everybody.
Right.
So it's a wonderful thing you're doing. And we have to remember that it's Believers Business Center, believersbc.com. That's your website,
Yes.
right? And,
Yes, it is.
We don't have graphics in this show, but that's the place to find out about the 40-day program,
4 Steps Up program.
4 Steps Up program. And when is that starting? Does that have a specific date that's coming
It's
up?
on our website.
Okay, all right.
I did get it updated on the website, which we need advertising people to come in and help
Yes.
us with our marketing.
Uh-huh.
We're only able to do so much. I've been doing a lot of it myself with the preparations.
All
I
right.
really need the skills and the expertise of those out there who need to, who need an advertising company.
Yes.
Help us build one
Yes.
that looks credible. There's still some glitches in it,
Uh-huh.
but I started out as a janitor who was called to build a place
Sure,
to help.
sure, yeah.
So I've learned how to do flyers, brochures, and
Yeah.
update websites, but I'm not the best at it, and I don't want to be. I'm not supposed to be. I'm supposed to
right.
rely on those businesses. So one of the toughest parts about this whole thing has been I created a business that requires other businesses to make it work.
Good.
It's not my business that's going to make it work.
Good.
It's other businesses utilizing it, being successful, which is what makes us successful. So that's been a challenge because it wasn't something that I go out and do. It's something that I was building for other people to come in and do.
Well, what I'm really happy about is you have a solid background in business and you know how to run a business. And this is important. It's very easy to have ideas, you're going to do this and do that, but unless you actually run a business and know how to make this balance, and pay for everything. And
33 years and
33
7
years,
businesses, and they were all successful.
Well, that sounds wonderful to me. And I know we're going to go be very successful. I really know that your persistence has paid off. So God bless you, and we'll see you here next week, and we'll have more good news.
There you go.
Thank
God
you very
bless.
much. Okay.